back with another SRL clash here on SRL TV. It is the Canberra Raiders taking on the Brisbane Broncos here at GIO Stadium. This is going to be a really exciting clash, of course. Both teams are coming off wins. The Brisbane Broncos, of course, started their season with a disappointing loss to the Manly Sea Eagles before they came back strong last week with a win against arch rivals, the North Queensland Cowboys, and arguably the game of the season. Canberra, on the other hand, they were embarrassed by the North Queensland Cowboys up in Queensland Country Bank Stadium. They lost that game 26-0. It was labelled as the worst performance that they've ever put in the SRL. They bounced back last week with a big victory against Parramatta. They managed to shut down some of Parramatta's strike weapons, such as the great Eli Barnes, Joey Kelly. They did a pretty good job on overall, but they've got a tough task tonight at home. Sam Herbert and his Broncos. We're underway. O'Neill will take this one, and he gives it off to Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis has been an active member of the SRL community so far, the young rookie. He, of course, recently was reached out to by the leadership group just to tell him everything's going well. You're doing a really good job for us, and we want you here in the future. We want to develop you into our next player. They've, of course, developed Jacob Morrison into a representative centre for New South Wales, as he's been selected in that squad, and also the Australian Kangaroos. It's fourth tackle now. Chen gives it to Toretto. He is the new man in this Raiders lineup. Of course, both sides have got a couple new additions. Dom Toretto is one, making his SRL debut on that left-hand side. The Cowboys, the Broncos, they've also got a couple new debutants in their forward pack, so look out for those guys. Justin Plays made a really good break there. Crimp at dummy half to Raymond. Good run from Pete Ferretto, who just broke the ankles of Mark Iron with some beautiful footwork. Luke Thompson recovered though. Great tackle from him. He was absolutely everywhere as Diab goes straight through now and gets the offload to Ferretto. So the Canberra Raiders, they're leaking meters early in the middle. Delaney long out to Tom O'Mac, and Tom O'Mac gets handled well by Jack O'Neill. That's the fourth now. They are 30 meters out. Delaney took this ball forward, didn't make much ground. It was very poor service, and he will play the ball just shy of the 30. Jason Farrett, dummy half, gives it to Pete Ferretto, who will put that kick in to Corey Bell, and Bell can't put any footwork on the Broncos' defence. It was a good tackle there by the centre. So they've moved Jacob Morrison and also Alex Chen, and also Corey Bell out to that right-hand side. It's been a big weekend, my friends. He, of course, they've been playing on that in the left-hand side for a little bit, but I think that they wanted to switch it up. Luke Thompson was the dominant half last week, so I think they want to get their strike side a little bit more ball. Caval will take this ball forward now. Dom Toretto, the debutant, he's playing on that left-hand side. Jordan Lewis takes a strong run down the middle now. Good charge from the young rookie. I've heard rumours that his best position might actually be that 13 jersey, but when you look at Fi'u, who is an absolute superstar tackle machine for the Raiders, I think that he's probably playing the position that best suits the Raiders team at the moment, and he's a team-first guy, Jordan Lewis, so it's good to see.
Let him go.
Lennox Prakash there, he will play the ball, of course, omitted from the New South Wales side. He was very disappointed, expressed his disappointment very publicly, did Lennox. Very disappointing to see. The New South Wales staff were not happy with this. Of course, he's had a bit of an up and down season, but he seems to think that he's one of the better options, at least for that squad. But when you look at the squad, they've got a killer forward pack, the Blues. They're going to be hard to beat. As Delaney puts a long kick down to Toretto, who's going to put on a bit of footwork. Is he? No. The family man will play the ball 35 metres out from the Canberra Raiders line. Chen at dummy half gives it to Caval. Caval breaks straight through. That's a good run from the captain. They needed something like that, Canberra, early on. They're not great at chasing points, the Raiders. Their attack has been hot and cold to start the season. Of course, they didn't score any points in round one, but round two was a much better result for them. Of course, putting 22 points, I believe it was, onto Parramatta. who were premiers not too long ago. So I think that'll give them a lot of confidence heading into this game. Fitu will play the ball now. O'Neill swings right, gives it to Iron. Iron puts on some footwork. Great run from him. He'll play the ball 10 metres short of the opposition try line. He's had a good start to the game, Iron. He's a superstar when he gets it together. That's a great shake from Tyler Weston, the former Canberra Raider. He expressed disappointment last season when he, of course, was moved on from the Raiders club. He's found a home at Brisbane, mixing it up, playing a bit of centre, playing a bit of wing. I'm not sure what his best position is, if I'm honest. He played one game in the halves last year for Canberra. I don't think we'll see him in the halves again. I think it's one of those backline positions that suits him best. You might even see him move into the fullback jersey at times if Sam Herbin suffers an injury. Either way, it's great depth, great cover for the Broncos, who recruited really well. Great footwork from Delaney, but he gives the ball away to Fitu. Might have took a collision of Mark Iron's hand. In fact, I think it did. But we'll call play on here. Fitu will play the ball. Atchison at dummy half. Caval goes long out to Toretto. Toretto puts on a bit of footwork. He gets dragged down just over the 30. Canberra starting to build to something. They go down the blind side again to O'Neill. O'Neill, he's almost there. Gets the offload away to Chen. Chen gets dragged down though. Good play from the Raiders. They're starting to look dangerous. Atchison at dummy half. Fitu, short pass. Caval will drive for the line, but he will get held up 5 metres short. Fourth tackle now. O'Neill swings it to the open. Oh, that's bad. Took the head of, I'm not sure who was coming across there, but it needed to go over the top out to the centre. They probably would have found points through Alex Chen or Dominic Toretto on that left-hand side. O'Neill won't be happy with that pass. He's had a good start to the game, made a couple breaks. He's looked dangerous, Jack O'Neill, but that isn't. That's a moment that he's going to want to forget pretty quickly. It's the Broncos now. They're going to move forward through Michael Crimp. Farah at dummy half. He, of course, missed last week's game. Was starting last week's game. He was on the bench due to off-field indiscretions. He was dropped. Pete Ferretto, Justin plays. They were very good about that. And, of course, Farah did issue an apology as Ferretto will put a long kick down to Corey Bell, who will bring this ball back. And yet again, good defense from the Broncos on Corey Bell. He's been a bit of a danger man for the Raiders. He's made some really strong breaks. He's really starting. Iron puts on some footwork too. Great run and an offload to Atchison. Atchison breaks 3 of 1. He's still going. He'll get over the 30. Great attack from the Canberra Raiders. That's what we wanted to see. That's what we pay the big bucks to go and watch Canberra play. And now Jordan Lewis. Can he make it to the line? No, he can't. He tried to get the offload away, but it's a knock on. Oh, it was a great break from the rookie, but he just tried to push the pass to, I think, Jack O'Neill, who was pushing through in support. Probably should have held that one. They were starting to build pressure, but now they've got to defend this set well. That's good defense on Ferretto to start off with. I can't actually... Oh, Jason Farah? No, Corey Bell. I was talking about Corey Bell. Corey Bell, of course, was outed from Manly. He's a premiership winner. He's come across to the Raiders, and he's playing pretty solid football. He's working hard. He trained really hard in the off-season. The senior players at Canberra are very, very appreciative of his efforts. That's a good little offload there to Anthony Delaney, and he'll play the ball 40 metres away from his line. Ferretto will put this kick in again, so they've really been getting that lock forward to kick. Dom Toretto, he's got to put on some footwork, but it's good defence there from the Broncos. He gets dragged down about 33 metres away from the from the Raiders line, and Lewis will take this run now. They've got to find something, the Raiders. They were starting to play some really scintillating attack through their offloads. Those offloads stick, they are dangerous. Fitu back on the inside from a Jack O'Neill pass. He'll play the ball on the 3rd, just about 45 metres out from his own line. O'Neill goes long. Thompson swings it to Iron. Iron gets defended well there. 4th tackle. The spine combined really well there for Canberra, but Mark Iron couldn't find a break. They give to Thompson. Thompson short pass to Jordan Lewis. He's been busy tonight, Jordan Lewis. Haven't seen much of his counterpart, Luke Malchus, who of course has talked about wanting to have some time in the second row this season. I think he's got to improve his output at front row if that's to happen, but you know, we know how good Luke Malchus is, the Queensland representative, as Tyler Weston gets handled well there. They'll be after Tyler Weston. There were, you know, some complaints about his conduct at times in the Raiders, but, you know, he really turned that around towards the back end of last season and became a real good member of that club. Regardless, though, the Raiders will have a target on him. They won't want him to make any breaks. It's never good. It's always hard playing against your old club, and it's always sweet when you beat them. So he's going to be looking for victory tonight, Tyler Weston. 4th tackle now, 18 minutes into this game. Short pass to Diab. Diab gets the offload to Jordan Ford. Can't get the ball away. Good defense from the Raiders as Luke Malchus, who's made some big tackles tonight, as Delaney will kick to that corner, but Toretto gets there on the full. He beats one. Herbin, he can't get to him. Dominic Toretto is away on debut. He will score. It showed absolute scintillating pace. He's fast, and it was a furious break. He is a family man if we've ever seen one, and the Raiders brothers will get around Dominic. What a beautiful effort. What a great try, great run from the debutant. Not much of him, not much height about him at all, but that's a great start to his Raiders career. He's had a couple really good runs, nice touches, and he gets rewarded with a try. Good stuff for Dominic. We get back underway now through the boot of the Broncos, and Caval will catch this and just take it forward over the 20. He's had a couple of really nice touches. The Raiders captain O'Neill goes long now to Fitu, and Fitu will drive over the 30-metre line, and that will be the 2nd tackle. Nice little inside ball play there, but Iron's run got read well by the Broncos defence. So the Raiders, they've had probably a bit more of the possession and field position than the Broncos. It has been pretty evenly spaced out though, but you know, a bit of a lucky try, I guess you could say, as Luke Thompson goes long. It's a great kick. Herbin's going to put a foot out. He had to try and get there on the full. He was worried about the 40-20, and I don't know if he slipped or if, you know, he just had too much pace and couldn't slow down. That must be it. Just too much pace from Sam Herbin. Great kick from Luke Thompson. Herbin probably didn't need to play at it, but regardless, the Raiders are going to get another set of 6 now to try and put some more points on the board. They're up by 6. Fitu, long to Iron. Iron to Chen. Good defense on the edge there, though, by the Brisbane Broncos. Chen will play the ball 35 metres out. O'Neill, long to Caval. Caval gets a nice offload away to Toretto, but good read there. I think it might have been Tyler Weston. Great stuff from the young winger as they go to the right now. Through to Jonty McGinniskin. Good offload. Arnold now. Ben Arnold. So the front rowers off the bench are on for Canberra, and they combine there for some good yardage. Thompson will take the line on now, and he drives forward. He's really unlocking his running game this season, Luke Thompson. It's good to see. Fitu, short to Caval. Caval will drive forward, but he won't be able to get close to the line, and he'll play the ball about 8 metres out from the Broncos line. Atchison to O'Neill. O'Neill kicks it high. Toretto's underneath. No, he didn't go for it in the end. Chen did. Mack puts on some good footwork, and that is a good defensive set by the Broncos. So they survived that error from Herbert, and now Delaney breaks straight through. He'll get dragged down just over the 30-metre line. A great result for Brisbane. Iron made that tackle. Farrer at dummy half. They go to the short side. Weston puts on some footwork. Jack O'Neill with a good tackle. Oh, but that's bad discipline there from the Raiders senior player. He plays with his heart on his sleeve. He's a pretty good-looking dude, but that was not a good look there. Rahul Caval's, you know, they have a good working relationship, but he's really letting him know that that was not the play and that's not what the team needed there. And O'Neill acknowledged his error to his teammates. And we're back underway. Veretto drives towards the 30-metre line. Can the Broncos strike back after that brilliant solo effort from the family man, Dom Toretto? Clark will play the ball. I believe he might be one of those new men for Brisbane. They go long to Herbin. Herbin puts on some footwork. Beat McGinniskin, but that's a good cover tackle by Sabbath to Ua. Crimp at dummy half. Raymond long. Veretto. Good defence, Canberra. It was Atchison and Ben Arnold who rushed up there. Short pass on to Prakash. He wants to try and get back in that New South Wales fold, but that's good defence. It'll be the last. Raymond, he puts it up high. Morrison's underneath it. Jacob Morrison takes it. Great take from the Canberra Raiders centre, and they're out of pressure. Jacob Morrison is, of course, like we mentioned earlier, he's been picked in that New South Wales side. He will likely line up in the centres. It's going to be good to have that club combination. Of course, Jack O'Neill and Rahal Kaval also involved as he combined with his halves partner, Luke Thompson. And that's going to be the first 30 metres out from their own line. They swing it to the right. Iron, long to Bell. Can Bell put some footwork on? He can't. Bell really needs to try and find something a bit different. He's using a lot of brute strength at the moment, trying to break free of tackles, but it's not quite working for him. I think he needed to see a bit more of his dazzling footwork that he does possess. As McGuinness going to play this ball now on the 30. Atchison, good pass, good service onto Arnold. He makes a strong carry. He's pulled down just short of the halfway line, and it is the fourth. Atchison to Fi'u again. Fi'u will just put this ball under his wing and charge. Good run from him, and it is the last. Atchison gives it to O'Neill. O'Neill will kick for the corner. That's a strong kick. Over the back of Weston. He got there on the full, but he had to backtrack, and it's a good run from him too. O'Neill, he made the kick, and he makes the tackle. That's the first. Tom O'Mac at dummy half gives it to Farah. Farah along to Clark. The debutant will be pulled down on the 40. Good all-in-all tackle there from Atchison, I think it was. And Farah will give it to Delaney. Delaney back on the inside to Herbert, and he was broke straight through. Mark Irons got him. He got the offload away to the debutant Clark, but he was dragged down. And a great tackle, I think it was Ben Arnold. Ferretto, he gives it to Prakash. Oh, good defence there, I think it was Jonty McGuinness, one of the rookies for Canberra in this rookie forward pack that just put Prakash on his back. Great contact from the young fella, and this will be the last. Crimp, oh, that's a bad end to the set. Couldn't get to the kick, and the Raiders survive. Atchison will get us straight back underway now, and O'Neill takes a charge at the line. It's one thing I do like about how the Canberra Raiders halves play. They're always taking tough runs, just driving for metres. They go to Iron, and Iron gets monstered in that tackle. Good defence from Brisbane, and it is the second. Excuse me. As Jonty McGuinness takes this ball forward, he's driven down just short of the halfway line. He'll play this ball. It's the third. They go right to Fi'u, and Fi'u will drive forward as well. He's going to try and reach the 40. Good tackle by the Raiders leadership group member. It's the fourth now. They go down the right again. Thompson back on the inside to Iron. Nice work there. They're starting to combine really well. That all-star spine of the Raiders. As Luke Thompson, he puts in a little kick behind the players, but that wasn't the right play, I don't think. I think he probably should have bombed it into the corner. Delaney handled it well. As they'll go left now, and Spillane will bring it forward. Strong carry from him. Farah at dummy half gives it to Sheldon. Sheldon back on the inside. Herbert's broke straight through. Mark Iron will get him. This is a mouth-watering fullback battle. Of course, last week I called the game where it was Kennedy up against Chaz Dingo, and that one really excited me. And there's another one as Lennox Prakash couldn't handle that pass. Luckily, it went backwards. And this is the fourth. They need more from Herbin. He takes another run. Almost beat Jonty McGuinness, but he recovered well. It's the last. Herbin plays the ball to Farah. Farah to Raymond, and Raymond's going to put up a bomb under the sticks. Oh, but it's a great take from Iron. Probably not quite enough pressure on that kick chase from Pete Ferretto, and they'll get an easy result. Oh, and McGuinness straight away. I think that's Lennox Prakash that he just knocked over. He's really put a target on Lennox's back tonight. It's really good to see a rookie going hard at the Broncos. Or at an opposition player, sorry. As Morrison goes long to O'Neill. O'Neill's going to take another tough run. Probably could have spat that ball out to the left again, but it's a good play the ball from him too, and they've got some momentum. Fi'u, Iron out to Thompson. Thompson will do the same as O'Neill. So the Raiders halves, they're very similar players, but very different temperaments. Of course, O'Neill is a lot more emotional than Thompson. Thompson really does a good job of reeling the Raiders back in when they start to get a little bit... how do I say this? When the motions start to go high, Thompson's really good at leveling them out, whereas O'Neill's really good at lifting the team's emotions. So they're a really good combination, those two, as Tyler Weston will bring this ball back and get it over the 20. Jack O'Neill will be taking that that battle really seriously on that left-hand side, and I think that, like I was saying, Luke Thompson's gone to him a few times in the breaks, and I think he's just reminding him just to keep his cool, don't give any silly penalties away like he did before. And that's the third now. Delaney will play the ball. Clark, he's been busy so far, young Clark off the bench. It's good to see, and that's the fourth. Farrett, dummy half, they're going to kick early here through Raymond. Not a good kick at all, and Corey Bell puts on some footwork. There we go. There's the footwork I wanted to see from Corey. And now, with 5 minutes left to go, the Raiders can try and extend their lead. Atchison! Will he score? No, he's been dragged down against his old club. I forgot to mention that one. It's the second. Thompson to McGinniskin. McGinniskin's going to go for the line, but he gets put on his back. Oh, we're going to go to the bunker here. He's on his back. I don't think he's put this ball down. We shouldn't spend too much time in the bunker. No, he's on his back. We can see it pretty clearly. Good defense, good wrestle, good scramble by Brisbane. And now the defensive line is reset. Third tackle now. Atchison gives it to Fitu. Short to Caval. He got smashed. O'Neill picked it up. He drives for the line. And Jack O'Neill has got over the line. We're going to the bunker again. But this time, I think it'll be green lights for the Canberra Raiders. Let's have a look. Yep, that Steeden has touched the grass. That is vintage Jack O'Neill. Just taking on the line and driving through and finding points. Great stuff from Canberra. Poor from Brisbane. They got a whole minute to wait when they went to the bunker for that last try, and then the play after where they had their defensive line set, they let a 5/8 just stroll straight through. He had work to do, O'Neill. It was good contact on Caval. I don't even know if Caval touched that ball, to be honest, so it might be a try assist for Fitu, but regardless, good result from Canberra, and they will go into the break unless there's a disaster, 12-0 up. So it's a really good result from them as they try to get their second win of the season in as many weeks. Players gets us back underway here. It'll be taken by Luke Thompson, who goes long out to Ben Arnold. That was an extravagant ball. And Ben Arnold will play the ball. They go to Caval now, and Caval with another tough run. He's been really underrated tonight. I haven't spoken about him enough. He's been strong defensively, and he's made some inspiring runs. O'Neill on the inside of Fitu, who's been just as good, if not better, than his skipper. It's been a great performance from Fitu as well. Atchison at dummy half. O'Neill on the inside again, this time to his halves partner, Lukey Thompson. And Thompson will play the ball short of the 50. It's the fourth. Atchison long out to Caval. Caval moves forward. Brisbane will be disappointed to be down 12-0, but they're not out of this game. They haven't had nearly as much ball in the red zone as Canberra, who have been pretty solid tonight. I've been happy with how they've gone. They probably could have a few more tries, but you know, I don't think they're that type of team at the moment. They're still building combinations with their new players. But yeah, Brisbane, they've had some... There they go again. They're doing a really good job in the middle. They probably, when they have the ball, do win the middle against Canberra. Coda Diab's had some big runs. Pete Veretto is always good, but they're just not quite finding points. Sam Herman's made a couple good breaks. I think the scramble defense from Canberra's been excellent. If there's been a miss from one of their other defenders, there's 3 other players there. That's a really good attitude to have, and I think that you can see that they're all really dedicated to this game. Raymond gives away an interceptor to Ua. He probably could have kept going, but regardless, that will end the first half. Ua's going to play this ball. Atchison short to Fitu, and that'll be half time. The Raiders are up 12 points to 0.
Shake, come over here, now scream.
We are back from the break. The Raiders up 12-0 against the Brisbane Broncos. What can the Broncos bring in this second half? Can they cause an upset? Can they make a big comeback? Or will the Raiders secure their second win? We're about to find out. Luke Thompson will get us underway. Away we go now. Thompson with a strong kickoff out to Delaney. Delaney goes long. That's very similar to a pass from the kicker, Luke Thompson. And Jordan Ford will be the man to play the first ball of the second half. And they go straight away to Prakash. But Prakash has been handled beautifully by Canberra tonight. He had a really strong game last week against the Cowboys. Made some real good inroads. I think he made some massive meters as well. But so far the Raiders have been really good against him. And now Delaney, good run, offload as well. And Mason will play this ball. He's going to want to get up quickly, Dan. And he does. Farah, he gives it away to Delaney. Delaney with an early kick. He's looking for a 40-20. Oh, but that's an unlucky bounce. Mark Iron, he breathes a sigh of relief, and he breaks straight through. Great kick return there from Mark. And just like that, the Raiders are on the attack now, 40 metres out from their own line. O'Neill long to Jordan Lewis, who's back on for his second stint of the game. He was outstanding in the first half. O'Neill long out to Chen. Chen puts on some footwork. Good run from him. So it's been this left edge for Canberra that's really had a lot of footy. We haven't seen too much ball go out the way of Jacob Morrison, but they're still working each other out, I think. They move Jacob to the right maybe just to try and get Chen a bit more ball, get him involved, because everybody needs to get involved. Everybody needs to get confidence. I do know that Jacob Morrison is in the Raiders' long-term plans. They, of course, you know, he was arguably the best rookie last season. He is an X-factor in any position. I think that some time on the wing would do him good just to get him ready for, you know, maybe a move to fullback in the coming seasons as well, because I think that might be his best position if he can get some more experience under his belt. As Coda Diab now will take this ball forward over the 20. I've loved Coda Diab this year. Coda Diab has probably been the Brisbane Broncos' best player, and he's a rookie. He filled in at hooker last week and did really well, but it's been, you know, he makes huge amounts of tackles. I think he's about 6th on the leaderboard at the moment for most tackles in the SRL, and he makes really strong inroads with the ball as well. So, you know, look out for Coda Diab in the future. He could definitely be a representative player. I'm not sure where his allegiances lie. If they're for Queensland, then I'm sure he'll be in the Queensland squad in the next few years. But regardless, it's great signs there for Diab as Malchus gets up and he'll play the ball now to Lewis. And Lewis with another strong charge. Oh, but for Aredo, he let him know about it. He said, "Come here, you young pup. You're not on top of us yet." As Chen now off an O'Neill long ball. Pete Veretto is taking this game very personally. I think you can tell he's really going at a couple of these young forwards. Luke Thompson now dragged down at the 40-metre line. I've really liked what I've seen from Pete Veretto so far. I think he's been unlucky at times to be not in the Broncos squad, but, you know, the Broncos have struggled for a bit of form so far this season, but he is just working his absolute backside off. So it's been a great year so far for Pete Veretto. Lennox Prakash, strong run from him. Taken well, though, by, I think that was Sammy Atchison. Good recovery there from Samuel. So they'll go long now out to Jordan Ford, and Ford with a bit of leg speed as well. I've liked Jordan Ford tonight. He's had a couple nice touches as they'll go left. Justin plays, the captain, he breaks through. He's going to drive towards the 30. The co-captain, I'm sorry, but here comes the other co-captain, Veretto, short to Ford. And he'll get dragged down. So the Broncos, they're starting to build. They need a strong kick and a strong defensive set after this one. Farah long out to Raymond, and Levi Raymond will punt this ball straight down to Dominic Toretto, and Toretto can't put on some footwork, so he's got a big target on his head now after scoring that scintillating try in the first half. Caval now, he'll bring this ball forward. Dragged down just shy, or just over the 20-metre line, I'm sorry. O'Neill, long ball out to Luke Malchus with another run. He probably didn't have as many runs as he would have liked. He did a lot of tackling in that first half, but I'm sure that the Raiders have asked him to put his hand up and take a few more runs in this second half. As Atchison at dummy half gives it to O'Neill, who will kick early. Not a good kick. I think a player got in his way, but regardless, that's a good result for the Broncos. And they can go on the attack now. They go down the blind side. Good pass out to Plays, but they handle Justin Plays well this time. Corey Bell and also Jacob Morrison. He made a break earlier down that left-hand side for the Bronx. There's Jordan Ford with another run. They take a settler. They're going to look to put on a play here. They need to find points soon, the Broncos. It's only 12 points, but they just a bit of confidence as Veretto will drive forward. He's 15 metres out from the Raiders line now. Farah goes right to Delaney. Delaney long to Cherry Evans. He's, of course, an Australian representative, Evans, but he's been coming off the bench the last few weeks. Last tackle here. Great defence on Pete Veretto. And it will be a changeover. So probably not quite the attacking raid that Brisbane would have wanted to have, but it's really, really strong, really rock-solid defence from the Canberra Raiders.
Right, here's tackle one.
As that's a short ball, great short pass onto Tu'ua. Tu'ua offloads it to Thompson, but Thompson gets monstered there. Was that Pete Veretto? Who else would it be? He's having a captain's knock. Atchison gives it to Malchus. Malchus with a strong run. He'll play the ball now, the front rower. If he wants to play on the edge, I think his speed definitely needs to build a little bit. That might be a target for him as Caval now. He brings this ball forward. Good drive as well. The Raiders are coming for them. Inside pass to Iron. Iron puts on some footwork. Can Herbin get to him? He does. Good play from Canberra though. Good recovery. They've made about 58 metres or so in that set. It said 48, but they didn't include that last break as O'Neill will put this ball up high. And it'll be taken well by Cherry Evans, who puts some footwork on the kicker, Jack O'Neill. And he will get dragged down 30 metres out from the Broncos line, and they'll give it to Herbin. Herbin's going to go straight through. Iron was at marker. O'Neill dives, can't get to him. Can Iron get to him? No. Sam Herbin has got way too much pace, and Sam Herbin will deliver the Broncos the first points of the game. It took almost 55 minutes for them to score, but they're in now, and Herbin and Coda Diab will celebrate the scintillating effort of Semi Herbin, and all of a sudden it is game on in the nation's capital. You know, to be fair, I probably haven't given the Raiders' defence enough of a rap. The Broncos have had opportunities. They defended a set on their line, but they've managed to hold them back until now. So it's going to be a big character test for them now to see if they can go on with this game. Whereas the Broncos, they've had, you know, probably not quite the even share of possession, but they're going to really come for them now. They've got a bit of wind in their sails. It's great defence on Pete Veretto there. The captain got monstered. Raymond long pass out to Prakash. Prakash gets dragged down just over the 30. It'll be the fourth. Do they kick early here? No, they don't. They're going to take it back on the inside to Veretto. So, mission accomplished. They will finish this set after points as long as this kick goes well. Ooh, wasn't great there. Didn't pick the ball up straight away. Did Jason Farah, but it's a great kick. Good take from Iron, though. He's going to bring this ball back over the 40. Good result for Canberra. They've won the field possession battle for most of this game. The Canberra Raiders. Fi'u will take this ball over the halfway line off of O'Neill. Good stuff. Second tackle now. It'll be O'Neill again. Short pass onto Mark Iron. Puts on some footwork. Good job from Mark. Can Canberra hit right back and cement themselves in this game? Luke Malchus with a strong run. He's really come alive in this second half. It's good to see. Atchison gives it to Caval. Caval will drive over the 20, and that'll be the last. Good set from the Canberra Raiders. O'Neill is going to put this ball on the toe. Take it by Mark Iron. What a great kick from the Raiders 5/8. What a chase through by Mark. And what a try for the Canberra Raiders. They're going to be back out to a 12-point margin in a minute. Look at this. He just holds the ball up. Beautiful kick. Might have taken a ricochet off a Broncos player, but regardless, Mark Iron loves a try. Oh, that's good stuff. Good kick, good take, and good try. Canberra Raiders will be up by 18 points to 6 in just a moment. We're back underway here. Atchison will take the kick and go long. Out to Malchus. Malchus will drive over the 20.
That's one. Move.
So Brisbane, they won't be happy to have conceded a try straight after they finally put points on the board. It's not a good look for their club, of course, or for the team to concede points straight after scoring points. Now they're basically back in the same position they were before. Canberra on top by 12 points and them chasing field position and points. And now the Raiders. Bell breaks straight through. Great run from Corey. And like I was about to say, the Canberra Raiders can now just manage their way to victory. There's 20 minutes left to go in this game. Still heaps of time, but it took 53 minutes for the Broncos to find their first points. So they're really going to need to just do something a bit different here. Get Herbin working in the ruck. There's going to be a bit of fatigue in and around the forwards soon. Justin Plays will bring this ball back now. Barretto gives it to Ford, and Ford breaks straight through. Good run from Jordan Ford. He gives it off to Levi Raymond as well. Play the ball there now. Prakash long to Delaney. Delaney to Dan Mason. He's not the guy you want to get the ball. That ball needs to go toward... I reckon Herbin on the back of that would have been nice, but I think he might have been tackled earlier or situated on the left-hand side. Tomo Mack now. He's back on the field, and he will play the ball on the 4th at the 50, so maybe he can provide some spark. They go out to Michael Crimp. Good defence on the edge there by Canberra's Jack O'Neill with that tackle. It's the last 61 minutes into this game. Crimp will play the ball. Farah gives it to Veretto. Veretto, that's a nice kick actually, over the head of Toretto, who isn't a big man, but he brings it back strongly. Good recovery by the Canberra Raiders winger. That was a good set from Brisbane. Good kick on the end of it as well, as Atchison will take a hit up here off of an O'Neill pass. And it's Mark Iron who'll get in dummy half. He looked like he was about to scoop, but changed his mind. Oh, intercept. Evans puts on some footwork. This is the Brisbane Broncos' chance. They need to find something in this set, whether it's a try or a repeat set. They need to build some pressure, as Raymond will play the ball 15 metres out from Canberra's line. Big test of character now for the Canberra Raiders. Barretto got monstered in that tackle. Good defence by the Raiders middle, as Farah will give it to Delaney. Delaney's going to drive for the line. Probably needed to find a pass there, Anthony. It's the 4th now. Farah to the right. Inside. It's forward. And the Raiders survive. Great defensive set. Great hustle. And just like that, the Raiders have got the ball back. So they'll be disappointed. Brisbane, they couldn't find points or a repeat set. But the Raiders, they'll be stoked with that defence. Rahul Kaval went around and high-fived every member of the team there. He was really happy with the defensive resolve there. And it's the second. Fitu plays the ball. Atchison to Malchus. Malchus breaks straight through. He has come alive in this second half. It's been a great second stint for Luke Malchus, the Queensland representative. And Atchison to Thompson, long to Mark Iron. Mark Iron breaks straight through. Can he get away from Herbin? He can't. This fullback battle has been mouth-watering. Mark Iron is just starting to get the better of Sam, though, as they go to the left-hand side now, and Jordan Lewis gets dragged down on the 20-metre line. He'll play it. Atchison at dummy half. What do the Raiders halves got? It'll be O'Neill. He puts this ball up. Probably not the depth he would have wanted. Morrison underneath it, but good take there from Tyler Weston. And he'll play the ball in a moment. So Morrison and Weston, that's a battle I was really looking forward to seeing. We haven't seen much of it in the second half. Of course, Tyler Weston looks like he's moved out to left centre. Tomo Mack went to the bench earlier, so, you know, I wish we could have seen a little bit more of that one. I know there's a bit of animosity between the two of them, to say the least, as that's third tackle now. Farah goes left, Veretto inside, Prakash. And Prakash gets monstered again. He gets driven back onto his back. It's been a good defence on Prakash by Canberra. Of course, he's coming off a really strong game, as Herbin will take a hit up, but he can't break away from the Raiders' defence. It was good work from them, and it's the last. They go left out to Weston, and Tyler Weston will put in a kick now. So maybe he is still a half, as Corey Bell will bring this ball back. He gets dragged down 15 metres out from his own line. Good kick from Tyler Weston, as that's a really shocking pass out to Samuel Atchison. Atchison will play the ball now 10 metres out from the Raiders line. The Broncos, they need to keep defending hard here. Fitu, he'll drop the ball. That's what they wanted. That's what the Brisbane Broncos needed, to force an error Now, can they find points, or will the Raiders defence hold them out again? I don't know how much more ticker this Raiders defence has got. Raymond gives it to Herbin. Herbin breaks through of one, but O'Neill's got him. Good tackle there by Jack. The New South Wales Blues half, you'd have to think, in this upcoming series is, Morrison off of his wing. He gets stuck into Tyler Weston, and they're still exchanging words as that's a good pass. Oh, picked up by Brisbane, is it? No, I don't know what happened there, but Jordan Lewis will get the ball for Canberra. I think that they went out with a long ball. One of the Broncos players got monstered. It went backwards. The Raiders may have knocked... I think they got a touch on it from a boot, and so that called 6 to go. But because they then got the ball back, they get the ball, if that makes sense. Third tackle now, and they have recovered. Another great defensive set from Canberra. This is big from them. Of course, Premiership favourites in the off-season, along with the Manly Sea Eagles. Haven't quite lived up to the hype yet this season, but they're showing some great ticker in defence. That's the fourth now, and Atchison takes a scoot out of dummy half. He's been great tonight, Samuel Atchison. I've really liked what I've seen from him. There's a bit of negative stigma around him. Of course, he's been in two very disappointing sides, but he's always been a top performer from them. As good footwork from Justin plays. He's 35 metres out from the Broncos line. There's 10 minutes left to go, and Weston breaks through. Why did he pass that ball? I'll never know. They haven't called a knock on. Raymond breaks through now. He makes up for it, but then he throws an intercept. Bell's got the ball now. Herbin takes care of him. The Raiders are 40 metres out from the Broncos line. What a turn of events. What a couple of plays by the Broncos. And all of a sudden, the Canberra Raiders are on the attack now. They can put this game to bed if they find points here. Thompson, he gives it intercept now too. So this game has just been turned on its head so many times by silly errors, and that's another one from the Canberra Raiders halfback, as Delaney will take this ball forward. I've liked his performance. He's ran the ball plenty, but he just hasn't been able to keep his side under control. Crimp, great footwork, comes to Iron. Iron takes care of him. He won't go out, but that's great defence from Mark Iron. But it was poor defence on the edge there from Dominic Toretto. Still learning his craft, being brought in to the SRL, and that's the fourth. They go to Mack. Tomo Mack breaks straight through. Good defence, and then coming across from his edge, it was Luke Thompson. Great one-on-one tackle on Levi Raymond. That tackle needed to be made. Tomo Mack had almost scored, and then he knocks the ball on, and the Raiders survive again. Their goal line defence in this second half has been outstanding. Malchus will play this ball now, and that's a shocking ball from dummy half from Atchison. So there's been a couple of interesting passes from Canberra, to say the least, in this game, especially out of that dummy half area. O'Neill back on the inside of Fi'u. Fi'u's played the whole game tonight. He's been really strong as well, and that's the third. Atchison, dummy half, O'Neill, long out to Mark Iron. Iron can't find any footwork. He'll play the ball on the fourth. Good run from him, however. He got his legs pumping. Might see an early kick here. We will. Luke Thompson. The early kicking at times from both teams hasn't been great. I'm not sure what the wind is doing down on ground level, but that was not a good kick at all. It was Lennox Prakash. He'll try and drive forward. That's a better run from him. He's had a hot and cold night tonight, Lennox. And Jason Farah took on the line there, but good recovery from the Raiders defence that was onside. He's going to look to give it to Mack, Tomo Mack. He's had a couple good runs since coming back on in the middle of the field. He was given a rest for this man, Weston, to move into his left centre position, and he'll play the ball. Good defence on the edge there by the Raiders. Justin plays at dummy half. He gives it to Farah. That's a good bomb. Who's going to attack it? It's Corey Bell, gets back there. He can't get driven back. The Raiders survive another attacking raid from the Broncos. Malchus will drive forward. Good defence, though, underneath. I think it was Jason Farah that made that strong tackle. Pete Ferretto came along over the top. Good tackle by the hooker. Fi'u now. Fi'u, good run. He makes about 11 or 12 metres on that carry. Great stuff from him. Atchison to Thompson. Now Thompson follows through with a good run. So he's taken a bit of a backseat role for Jack O'Neill this week, whereas O'Neill did that last week for Luke Thompson to have a man of the match performance. And I don't really know who should be the lead half. I think the way that they share responsibilities works really well. O'Neill, sometimes he'll stand up and put in some good kicks, some good runs, and sometimes it'll be Luke Thompson that's dominant. It just depends, and I think that they do a really good job of deciding who's going to take on that dominant role, and they've done well tonight. Good defensive display from Canberra. Their attack is obviously still a work in progress, but it's early in the season. As for the Broncos, they can still win this, but they need to find points in this set. Good run from Tom O'Mac. I've really liked him coming off the bench in this second half for a second stint. He started the first 40 minutes of the game in that left centre position, and he's playing some good football at the moment. Sheldon will play the ball now to Farah. Farah, Raymond, Weston. Weston breaks straight through, but Iron handles him well. 2 minutes left to go in this game. The Broncos need to force an error right now, or the Raiders will manage their way home. It's Justin Plays who kicks it to the corner. Safe take from Bell, and he puts on some footwork, so he's warmed into the game as the game has gone on, and as fatigue has set in. So the Raiders, they'll just manage their way now. They've won this game. You'd have to think. 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go. Atchison gives it to Thompson. Thompson short to Jordan Lewis. The Canberra Raiders, they'll be really happy with this performance coming off a good win last week. They've really recovered well from a really shocking round 1 performance. And as for Brisbane, it's their second loss of the season here in round 3. Still plenty of positives. I think that they defended pretty well throughout this game. They showed a lot of ticker through the middle, made a lot of strong breaks. Yeah, I think that they'll keep improving, and we'll see more out of Brisbane as time goes on in this season. Justin Players gets dragged down for the last run. Oh no, they're going to give away a held and tackle penalty. So this game will be stretched out a little bit more. It's interesting, the Raiders, they look ready. They want to do one more tackle. Rahal Koval, he's barking instructions to his men on that right-hand side to not let any breaks, to have solid contact here. Let's see what happens. Is this the biggest play of the game? Not really. They handle Lennox Prakash with relative ease, the Canberra Raiders, and they get the win. The halves embrace. Strong game from Canberra. Brisbane, they are showing positives. They are improving every week. They scored a lot of points last week, but couldn't find the try line many times tonight. I think that they'll be better for this game. Coda Diab was outstanding. Atchison gets awarded man of the match according to the stat. However, there were some huge Raiders performers. 5'8" Jack O'Neill played a bit more of his natural game. Mark Iron made some strong runs. Lukey Thompson made some brilliant defensive reads. It was an all-around real strong performance by the Canberra Raiders. The Brisbane Broncos, they can find a lot of positives out of this game. Like I said, Coda Diab was excellent. I thought Jason Farah had some good moments. Sam Herbert never gave up. Lennox Prakash, he tried. He had 21 runs of the football. But that's all we're going to have time for tonight on SRL TV. Thank you for joining us. We will see you in the next game.